Hi, it's Laura Kleber back from My Home Matters to talk about my very first ever Valentine tree. So I just wasn't quite ready to take my tree down this year. And even though I had taken everything off of it and put it in the attic except for these toppers, I decided to go back up and get some things. But I also came across in Home Goods some cute pink, red shades of little pom-pom like garlands. So I grabbed a couple of those and I grabbed a garland that says "Be Mine." And then I grabbed a whole bunch of things that I already had put away, like I said, that had reds and whites in them that I could try to intermix with the pinks. So this is me just kind of randomly adding things on. And I ended up adding a couple of different ribbons by tying them to the top branches of the tree, and then I kind of just tuck them in and loop them down the tree, tuck them in and have a branch hold them every foot or so. I did this with like a pink and white polka dot and a black and white buffalo check, and I just kind of pulled out some of my red ornaments that I had, which I ended up taking some of them back off and replacing them later with some flowers. Ideally, I would have had some nice sized hearts that I could put on here, but I just didn't have any, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but I just wanted to kind of get it switched over into pinks and neutrals and whites and some pops of red. So this next segment that you're going to see, I forgot to take out of time-lapse mode, so I wanted to slow it down so you could see what I was actually doing, which basically was, and this isn't a long enough piece, but basically I took a whole bunch of different ribbons that I had. So I would have probably made them about this long, maybe just under. So a piece of ribbon like this, folded in half, and I took several coordinating colors. So I had like buffalo check, I had a pink, I had this burlap with a pink edge, and a couple other ones. And I just put them together, like stacked them on top of each other, folded like this. And then after I had a bunch stacked on top of each other, I took a piece of twine. You could use a zip tie as well, but I took a piece of twine and I tied a knot about this far down around all of them stacked together, a double knot. And then the excess twine is what I used to wrap it around the top branches of the tree. So before I put it on the tree, I kind of, once it was tied together here, I just sort of opened up these loops. So you'll see me doing that in super speed motion here in a second. So I did come across some 70% off Joanne fabric flowers, holiday flowers, but I chose to pull out the wintry looking ones in white. And then there was some frosty red ones that I got as well. So since I didn't have the hearts, I tried to keep it winter themed. Those are the red ones that have a little bit of the snowy frosting on them. But that's what I ended up with. So next year I'll kind of keep in mind, if I want to do this again, to be on the lookout for some hearts and things like that. And here's just a little bit of a close-up of some of the things that I use so that you can see them a little bit better.